Welcome to the thought for today. I am Monica Kincaid. There is no greater love than the love Jesus demonstrated on the cross. John 15:13 says, "Greater love has no one than this, that a man will lay down his life for his friends." Imagine being sentenced to death, y'all, for a crime you committed, lying on the execution table with no escape for your fate. Suddenly, an innocent man steps forward and says, "I will take their place." That is exactly what Jesus did for you and me. He willingly took the punishment that we deserve, bore the weight of our sin, and endured the agony of the cross, all because of the obedience to the Father and love. He didn't wait for us to be picture perfect or worthy. He sacrificed himself while we were still lost, proving that his love is beyond any earthly measure. The cross wasn't just about saving us from sin. It was about reconciling us back to the Father, restoring the relationship that sin had broken so that we could walk in fellowship with God once more. No human love could ever compare to the love that bled, bore our shame, and conquered death so that we could live in freedom. The sacrifice of Jesus was the ultimate expression of love. Colossians 1 affirms, "For it was the Father's good pleasure for all of the fullness to dwell in him, and through him to reconcile all things to himself, whether things in the earth or things in heaven, having made peace through the blood of his cross." And in Galatians 2:20, we are reminded, "I have been crucified with Christ, and it is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself up for me." You were not just saved, you were pursued, you were treasured and redeemed by a love so vast that Jesus gave his own life for you. Let this truth sink in deep into your heart, that God's love for you is so great that he was willing to give his son Jesus as a sacrifice to pay for your sin debt and restore you to himself. Y'all, I don't know about you, but that is a love beyond measure. I hope and pray that the Holy Spirit will remind you of the love of God. May God's blessings overflow you. Until next time.